we recognize the great work that Mikhail continues to do for us. I know in meetings that we held a number of years ago, we talked specifically about data and how important that was, and I want to applaud you for really focusing on that to show the great work that's being done with Mikhail and the great need that continues to exist throughout our county and in all of our communities. And so it's great to see. It's also a highlight of the diversity that continues to happen, not just diversity ethnic, but diversity with people speaking other languages, and certainly understanding that it's important for all folks to be able to assimilate here in the county, to be able to understand the language and be able to effectively communicate. And so I want to thank you and your organization for the great work that you've done.
The increased support that Mikhail has seen from the county executive and the county council over the past 3 years since I joined the organization has really been notable and has allowed us to do a lot more with limited resources, and we're really pleased about that.
I noted somewhere in here there was a reference to people on a waiting list, and it actually seemed rather small. It was like, there was 900 people.
That's what was reported, yeah.
But it doesn't hardly seem to reflect the number of people who need assistance, and I don't believe if I had program enough to deal with 900 people that the problem would go away. So I guess my question is, what is the magnitude of the actual problem? How many people would be interested if we made things available? Because it seems to me that we ought to figure out how quickly we can get as many people as possible through this program.
How much? I wish I could give you that answer. I know we are going to be doing a few things to work on that. We're going to be working with our programs this summer about some additional outreach, and I think it's time that we convene a broader group of social service agencies, work with our colleagues at MCPS at the college to help Mikhail use our larger partners, frankly, in the county to figure out where are the new pockets of our newest neighbors. How do we reach them, and what are their needs in terms of English language learning? What levels are they at?
I would love to see that type of approach. At least it informs us, that we have a target that we can. And I know, back in the day with, then Councilmember Perez, envisioned this. And at that time I was with Center Familia, and I was in the work group that was putting this together. That was the vision. It was really to create the infrastructure, but also at some point to have these targets, so that we could say proudly, we're addressing this. Now, from that moment until now, the demographic changes. I mean, it keeps growing.
The council staff's recommendation is to approve the executive's proposed funding increase of $100,000. It will continue incremental progress in expanding literacy services in the county and address a significant portion of the reported wait list, at least. Again, it's consistent with the council's, express interest in increasing support in a measured way over time. And again, one concern staff has with putting funding in without having the infrastructure in place of the organizations that are delivering service is that funding, capacity will go unused. So making sure that the organizations have the things that they need to deliver the services when funding becomes available is very important.
With our Regional Services Center, I know the East County, for example, they've been talking about some satellite classes for Montgomery College and even ESOL classes. And so also, what role do our regional services centers play in the issue of geographically accessible classes? Because again, Montgomery College could provide some of those classes in, in the Wheaton or in East County, et cetera.
Yeah. We all know the great need that's out there, but we also want to make sure that we're doing this strategically in a way that involves all of our partners so we can maximize our effectiveness in all of the different areas. And so I think that's the definite right way to go. So thank you very much for highlighting that. Ms. Yao?
Well, that would conclude the discussion.
Well, there we are.
So, committee without objection?
Without objection, we recommend.
We recommend. There it is.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Ms. Stevens. Thank you to Mikhail.
Thank you.